Hi, I'm Shrikar.
And I'm Shravya.
And we're the backend team for Coral Xchange. So let's go over the changes that we made for Sprint 2. So first of all, we updated the database. So now we have this account table. We did this to prepare for Sprint 3, where we'll have multiple users. For now, we are tracking just one user and their cash balance. We also updated this holdings table. So now we have each stock ticker symbol and the quantity that the user owns and the price at which they bought it, and it's associated with each user. We updated the main code to reflect these changes. So we're seeding a database with some sample value, and now we have some working endpoints. First of all, the get portfolio endpoint allows you to see what stocks the user currently owns, along with the total value of all their stocks. Get account allows you to see the cash balance, how much cash the user has left to make purchases with. And then place trade allows the user to buy or sell stocks. We have some validation here, like making sure that the quantity is positive, or that the user has enough stocks to actually sell over here. For now, we're assuming a value of a cash cost of 100 for each stock, but we will update this in the next sprint. And then Shravya will explain the search stocks API endpoint.
So the search stocks endpoint, it calls an external API stockdata.org. And this is where a user can enter the name of a stock, and it returns like a list of different stocks. So yeah, this is that we're storing in the results we get as a symbol and name, and then we have the get stock quote. This endpoint is for retrieving different information. So you give it, you give the ticker as an input, and you get information on that specific stock, like the price and a lot of other information. So we can run it right now in Postman to test it out. This portfolio endpoint, this returns all the different stocks we have and the price, quantity, and tickers of the different stocks. And then the account endpoint, if we run this, it will give us our cash balance and our user ID. And then this endpoint, the trade endpoint, it's for buying and selling stocks. So we tell it the symbol, the stock we want to buy or sell, whether we want to buy it or sell it, and the quantity. And it tells us like the price and other information. And then search stocks, this endpoint, we give it the name of a stock, and it gives us all the different stocks there are available. Like for example, here we did Tesla, and it gave us all the different Tesla stocks and their names and their symbols. And then this is used to return all the information. So you give it the ticker value, and it tells you everything you need to know about that stock. Yeah, so that's it for the for testing it on Postman.
Yep, and that's it for the code changes. Moving on to testing. So we implemented some unit test cases. So, for example, first of all, we use an in-memory database, and we're running all of our queries on this. And we have some test cases for checking how our seed database function works, which seeds the database with some dummy initial values over in the server. We have test cases for each of the API endpoints. So for example, this account endpoint, we want to make sure that a new user starts with a balance of $100,000, and so on. So moving through these, we also have we're testing external API fetching, so that's over here. So here we have a mock of the external API stockdata.org, and we have some sample value that it's returning and seeing how we're parsing that. And we also have one test case that just tests the overall flow. we want to make sure that if we buy and sell stocks multiple times, that the cash value, the cash balance that the user has, is what we expect it to be. So this is important, and so I think we have test cases to ensure that the overall functionality of our changes is correct. So that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you.